Good day, everyone. This is Lois with Diamonds and Things coming to you from the Northeast. Today is my Bead Table Tuesday. If you're new here and you're expecting a diamond painting video, I do diamond painting videos, but today is, I like to call it my Bead Table Tuesday. I like to do something different once in a while, so I normally do diamond painting unboxings and things like that, and I have a craft day I like to do, usually on Sundays I try to, and I do some cross stitch also. So if you're new, thank you for dropping in. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment, and hit that notification bell if you're interested to see what else I have in store for us. And if you're returning for jewelry, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just like to, like I said, do something different once in a while. And I started learning how to bead before I started diamond painting. So I just like to fall back to that once in a while to keep my brain active and, you know, connect all those neurons up there. And so on with the show. This is my second take. As I don't know if you've watched me before. If you have, you know I've had trouble with my phone storage. And my phone's finally paid off, and I really don't want to have to buy a new one. So I have to keep deleting, and because, you know, with all the Apple upgrades, it takes up a lot of space. So my point being is I was almost done, and the phone told me that my storage was full, so it cut my recording off, so I have to start over again. It was either start over or just don't do one, and I just wanted to do this because I like to do this. So last week I made this necklace, this beautiful necklace from Soft Flex. The beads are from Soft Flex. It was called their Sandstorm Tucson Grab Bag. So I made this. It has this beautiful stone, and it's got some mother of pearls and some faceted beads and some chips. So I put it together like this with a toggle clasp on the end. So today I thought, and like I said, this is my second take. So I had made this bracelet, and I made a boo-boo in here. So I'm going to take it apart and make a new one. So you can watch me make a mess of my crimping again. And just so you can see, I mean, if you know, obviously if you don't want to see me remake this, just, you know, click out or fast forward, whatever you wish. But I hope you'll stick around just because. So my wrist is about 7.5, and I have this piece of wire here. This is Soft Flex beading wire. Let me show you that. It's the bone color, and it's very sturdy. And it's only, excuse me for yawning again. I'm notorious, as I always say. Of course, I'm tired too. Been up. I went out and ran around already this morning. But this is, this piece that I have left is just over a foot long, so I think I'll try to use that. Maybe close quarters at the end, but it'll be fine. And I have a pair of earrings I want to make. I'm going to make one of them anyway on camera. This is, it's just one of the pearls and the beads and the chips that I'm going to put together. So, and with the pearls, at least when you go to make an earring, let me make the earring first anyway. I would suggest, because pearl holes are small, I would try to find, this is probably trying to feel, it may be a 20 or a 22 gauge wire that fits in here. So I had, at the end of the other video that I first made, I was all the way up to making this earring, and my chip, I had a smaller chip in it like broke right off, because with chips, the bead hole, gosh, I can't talk, is not centered, and it may be on the very edge of the chip. Like this is, can you see the hole there? And some of them, if they're small, like say this one, this is the one actually that broke. Can you see that? See how small that is? Let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit here. See on the edge there, that little nick? That's where it broke off. So it's like, oh, I was not happy. So this is going to be a little bit bigger because I don't have, let me try another chip. Maybe this one. I'm trying to find a smaller one so it's not so it won't look so gaudy, shall I say. Not that chips are like that, but I don't know, something that would, maybe this one will look better because it's thinner. I'm putting them the opposite way just because I think it will, not that they might stay there. I just think it'll look better like that if they're opposite. So I'm going to, take my round nose pliers. I'm going to make a wrapped loop. Bend it over like that. Be careful you don't crunch your bead. And bend it over the top prong. Take it around. And this is how I do mine, and I know there's lots of ways to do things. So I'm just going to take this and holding my loop there, just pull it around as many times as you want. 2 or 3 is usually good. And grab that again. There we go. Be sure to straighten it out. It's not the prettiest loop, but it'll do. If anybody gets too close to you, it gets that close to say, oh, your loop is crooked. You need to tell them to step back. You're in my space. And you know, other people do look at such things, and that's fine, and you want to try to see how, I don't know if you can see that, how that wire's sticking up there. You want to try it, and I'm not good at this. I never have. This has been one of my, what do I want to call it? My pet peeves. But you want to try to tuck that in. That worked. Because it can be pokey. Yeah, that worked pretty good if I do say so myself. So, where's my, get my toggle over here. So I have a pair of gold ear wires, lever backs. I don't like the other kind. They poke my neck. So this has, see where that cut is? You can just open it. Open sideways. Don't ever pull it apart directly. And I like these kind of earrings because you don't have to worry about the front and back. You can just plop it on there. And go back and just make sure it's even there. And there you get a little dangly earring. I think that's pretty. So, and you can also, I mean, it'll dangle. See how it dangles like that? And I had a thought of putting a chain on it, as I have some Jesse James beads chain reaction, and you can always, and I have these on my Etsy site if you're interested. I only have gold right now. I sold all my silver ones. But see, you can take these links off, because I don't have any. I looked through my gold chain that I have, regular gold chain, and I didn't have anything that matched the gold in this, so I thought, well, I could use this, or this is number 8. I have other ones over here. I have this kind. Sorry for the glare, but this is number 10. Well, like I said, they're up on my Etsy site if you're interested. I thought about, no, not that one. I used to have some really, I've got that I wouldn't put on, that wouldn't look too good on there, but you can, you know, do all sorts of things. But I wanted them to dangle more, but, you know, this is fine. So let's move on to my bracelet real quick. It won't take long. And cut this off the toggle. You can always, it's always a good idea to save your scraps, because sometimes when you crimp, you always want 2 pieces of beading wire in there to help secure the crimp. And it will, this crimp, oh, I've got 2 out here. The crimps will hold up to 3. 4 is pushing it, but because these are only 2mm crimps. Let's see if I can. They're 2mm crimps, and they work very well. They're very, very secure. Softlex has really good beading products. All right, so all I'm going to do is just bead up this wire. I'm going to put, let me see. I just want to move where you can see me. Obviously, you can do what you want, fast forward or click out, but all I'm going to do, if I can get this on, giving me a hard time, I'm just going to alternate the faceted round with a pearl and then crimp on both ends with a toggle clasp. And if you stick around, I'll just show you what it looks like. Well, I'll show you better, although I did show it to you. Now, let me show you something in the meantime. So 2 weeks ago, I had made a necklace with some Jesse James beads. So I don't know if you watched or if not, but I had made a mistake in here, so I restrung this, and I had made it. I love this color green. This is kind of heavy, but I love these beads right here. And so I had, like I said, I had made a mistake up here when I strung it. So, and I had made it without this focal bead that I found. So when I restrung it, I just put that focal bead in there because it matches so well with the rest of the green. So I just wanted to show you that. I think it looks so much better with this focal bead in the middle. Alrighty, so on with the my bracelet here. But yeah, I was trying to make this, I was trying to design this with some chips in, but it didn't work, it didn't come out very well, so I thought, well, I'll just do it like this and alternate them, and that should look pretty good, and it was pretty simple and quick. So I was happy. I can use the chips for something else. Another pair of earrings, possibly, if I can. Oh. If my fingers will even let me finish this. Sorry, sometimes I get off screen. But so let me know in the comments if how long you've been beading. I know I've asked that several times. I don't know if nobody's left any comments, but that's okay. I appreciate your watching. You don't have to comment, but it does help if you like my channel. It helps the analytics and things like that. Everybody who does a YouTube channel always says that too, because that's how YouTube works. And I did say in my first take of this, I did mention a couple beading people that you might be interested in watching. Jennifer Miller is one of them. She's been beading for 5 years like I have. She's pretty talented. Some people are just really talented, and it doesn't take them much to design. And it's like, wow, you know, I've never been artsy craftsy, but I like to try it because it keeps my brain functioning. I don't want it to turn to mush as I'm getting older here. Or, you know, it's a good idea for everybody to challenge themselves and do something out of their comfort zone, shall I say, as some people say. But making jewelry certainly was out of my comfort zone. I just never, I wasn't this type of person for many, many years. And I mean, when I was young, my mom put me in 4-H camp and I learned to sew and stuff like that. But when I was young, when I was first married and had my kids, I did sew. I made them some pajamas and a bedspread and curtains, things like that. But, oops, and there I go. I put a second, sorry, I don't know if you could see me. You're just listening to me. Like I said, I get off camera. But yeah, and I'm back to sewing a little things here and there. Although I am in the process of, and I'm a procrastinator, but I am in the process of making my granddaughter a set of curtains, which I have to iron them tomorrow. Wednesday, this is Tuesday, March 4th. Is it March 4th today? I believe so, March 4th. So tomorrow, Wednesdays I've designated as my sewing day. So tomorrow I have to iron the material. I got the material from Joann's where I work. And for some reason I can't. This bead is not cooperating. Let me see if I can find another one. I have to measure this in a minute. So tomorrow I'll be, oh, come on. Okay, let's try another one. You can bead ream these, but whenever you bead ream a bead, you need to do it underwater because the chances of it splitting are less. Because they do that when they're not wet. All right, let me measure this. There's my ruler. And the toggle, I'm using a toggle bar, and they're about 1 inch long. So I just want let me put this on screen here. Move it this way, closer to me. So this is actually, that's 6 inches right now. So, excuse me, I need a drink. All right, so if I need a couple more beads on here. So I'm going to put, hopefully this is the one that wouldn't work. No, thankfully. Put a couple more beads on here and it should be the right length. My throat's getting drier from talking. I usually don't talk this much. Come on, there we go. All right, another pearl, hopefully. Oh, all right, set that aside. That's one that doesn't want to work. Alrighty, thankfully. And one more, hopefully that'll be enough. And we can crimp. Or I can crimp. Alright, yeah, that should be enough. It might be too much even. And I want to end it with the round bead. It'll look better. So if no, that should be enough. That should be fine. Because that'll just be, let me pull this up more here. I'm trying to stay on camera, it's kind of hard. Alright, so if I put that there, that'll be, yeah, that should be good enough. Alright, so I'm going to grab my crimp tube, put my ruler away, grab one of my crimp tubes. This is a 2 millimeter. Put my toggle on. Run it back through the crimp. Hopefully grab it. Pull this down. You want to leave a little bit on the end, little loop. Not too little, but enough so it moves, so it can move freely. It makes it easier to get it in the, just to maneuver around. All right. So I'm going to crimp. This is Softflex Magical Crimpers that I'm using. And just keep turning it around. And it's supposed to, with practice, you can get it to form a bead. That's not too bad. I'm going to give it the tug test here. All right, that's pretty good. But you want to be aware of the sharp edges that it can create if you're, just learning how to do this and can't get it to look the way you want. That's not too bad. All right, so I'm going to cut my leftover wire here. Oops, I didn't cover it and it went flying. Oh well. All right, where's my, there's my toggle bar. All right, I'm gonna move this down, pull it all the way down here. Make sure that it's the design that I want, unlike the last one that I had two of them in. Two beads in the middle. All right, grab the other crimp bead. I can get it in there. Grab the bar. You don't want to, you want to keep this bent. You don't want to ever crimp in a straight line, because when you put it on, it won't have any give, and it can break. Although this is very sturdy, but it won't fit like you want it to. Let me see if I can. My fingers don't want to work. I get the toggle out of the way. All right, pull this down. And the wire, if you take your pliers and hold on to the wire, it does put a dent in the wire. So try not to do that. You want to be aware of the aesthetics of it. So be sure there's no gaps. And it's hard not to have a gap in the bracelet, as far as I'm concerned, just because it's hard to get it close. And there just always seems to be a gap for me anyway, like in between the crimp and the first bead. And I don't want the loop to be too big. I like to have it comparable to the other one. So, if you're that particular, just, check it out and see if you like that. I just keep on maneuvering it in there. I think that's pretty good. And it's okay if there's a little gap in there. It gives it a little bit of wiggle room, shall I say. All right, crimping. Let's see how that one turned out. Not so good either, but that's all right. It'll be fine. I'll just keep doing my Kristen Fagan thing and turning it around. And Sarah, oh, or sorry, Sarah, if you're even watching this. But they both work at soft flex. And see how, can you see the sharpness there? So I'm just going to squish that down. All right, I'm gonna do a tug test here. All right, well, that came out okay. I will go back and fix the sharp edges there, cut that off. Let's see if I can get this on my wrist. I have a hard time with any of, I don't have one of those gripper things, where the bracelet helpers or whatever. But yeah, that fits perfect. Yeah, I like that. Little bit, maybe a little bit too big, but it's all right. I don't mind it hanging like that, actually. So, whoops, sorry. But yeah, that came out pretty good. I like it. What do you think? So, I made these earrings. I'll make the other one after. Made the earring and the bracelet to go with the necklace. What do you think? I think that's a nice set. All right, well, I hope you all have a good day. That's all I have for today, and I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you have a great day and a better day tomorrow. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.